Well, hi, this is Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma Demystified, Lean Six Sigma for Hospitals, and the QI Macros. And I was working with a client recently, and they manufacture pharmaceutical products, sort of like Listerine mint strips for your mouth. And it was very interesting. I was talking to some people at break, and this one guy goes, well, you know, it's just human error. And I said, wait. What do you mean just human error, right? We have to be able to figure out how to mistake-proof things so that humans don't make mistakes. But he was convinced that everything that was wrong in their organization was human error. Well, as soon as you do that, what have you done? That's a limiting belief, right? It gets you into a state where all you can think of is it's a human problem and there's so much variability in all the people out there that there's nothing we can do about it, and you give up. Now, I think this is wrong, right? There's always a way to mistake-proof things. And in another video, I talked about Shigeo Shingo, and he said, hey, don't be stupid, you know? Nothing's impossible, you know? Richard Bandler used to say, if it's impossible, you just won't be able to do it. So what I'd like you to do is think about how could we start to mistake-proof things so that humans cannot make that error. Now, when I was a kid growing up, you know, if you put the key in the ignition, turned it, and the car was in gear, it would go forward or backwards pretty much straight out of the gap, right? And they were all, you know, manual shift things. This is the 50s, okay, what can I tell you? But then they said, well, I think we have to make people put their foot on the brake to be able to start their car. Mistake proofing. You know, my old 1999 Subaru died after 17 years of faithful service, and I had to get a new Subaru. And the new Subaru has all these gadgets on it, you know, but if you start to drift out of your lane, it'll beep at you. You know, if you lose your thought and come up on somebody who's stopped, it'll slam dunk you and panic stop the car for you, right? There's just, you know, it's trying to find a way to prevent you from making any kind of mistake. There's a backup camera. You know, there's little things that tell you on the side that there's people in your blind spot, so you shouldn't try and change lanes. Oh my gosh, all this stuff trying to make me smarter and safer. So don't think that human error has anything to do with your problems. The moment you do that, you've blocked yourself from going out and using data to figure out what to do to solve the problems that you have. All right, so drop that word from your phraseology. Right? Just drop it. And there's so many ways to go about this. I was reading a book just recently by Michael Lewis, The Undoing Project, but he talked about how some investigators in Oregon studied how radiologists examine x-rays and things of that nature to determine if somebody has cancer, and they came up with a set of criteria, and the algorithm they developed turned out to be better than the very best radiologist, the very best doctor looking at those things in terms of determining this is cancer, this is not cancer. How do we get rid of human error? It's possible, and I think you're going to see more and more of it as we go forward in the future with artificial intelligence and things of that nature. So don't pretend human error has anything to do with your problems and that it's unsolvable, because it's not. There's always a way to mistake-proof your business. I'm Jay Arthur. Go out there and make the world a safer, better, faster, cheaper place for everybody. And I think that you'll find that that returns lots of money to the bottom line.